Alrighty then. Do I always say that at the beginning of every video? I just feel awkward. I don't really know what to say. Don't know how to talk to cameras. Alright. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, so now I was talking earlier about running all this crap, you know, the kick, snare, and hat through different stuff, and I was saying the original thing I did, original idea, was because I got this reverb unit thingy, and that's this right here. It's this thingy. It's a TC Electronic M350, and I was just like experimenting with the compression and the reverbs and little things like that. So I never videotaped that. So now I'm just gonna like videotape that and tweak around, mess around with this thing. So here we go. It's all routed the same way. Kick, snare, and hat are going out of the Digi3 into the M350, and out of the M350 back into the Digi, and I'm just recording a track of just the signal that I'm getting from this. So here we go. It's completely like, if you look at the ratio here, mix ratio, it's all the way wet, meaning that what you're hearing is only what's being affected here. So I might tweak on this just to give you a comparison of like what it would sound like all by itself, and then what it would sound like with all the effects going on. So here we go. So right now, I'm going to start here. It's not very loud, but okay, this is just normal, like drums. Nothing, no effects or anything. Okay, now I'm going to start throwing this compression on here. See what happens with this. Okay, this is just a normal compression setting. Get over here, see what kind of signal I'm getting. This is really hard to control. So I'm right here where you see the red. Here's how much I'm getting in there. Looks like it peaked out a minute ago. Probably when I was switching things around. Okay, now I'm gonna go completely just effects only. So that's kind of interesting. I got it slammed pretty hard here. If you look at these, this is the ratio, and this is the amount, like the drive or whatever. So I have it set on the compressor. Now it's going to go to hard compression. Here we go. Slam that thing real quick. That's interesting. I'm going to back the ratio off a little bit. Interesting stuff. Okay, now I'll just mess around with like, I wish I could get a little bit harder compression out of it. But anyway, that's what I'm working with. So that's interesting. All right, now I'm gonna put it on the de-esser. And that shows the amount of gain reduction, those little lights right there. So I'm sending a little bit more signal to it. Back to the hard compression. There's what I'm looking for. That's crazy. I would just use that for an effect. Probably wouldn't really use that on a real track. To the chorus. That's interesting stuff too. Huh. That's trippy. Let's go to lush chorus. You can hear the snare kind of pitch bending. It sounds like. Sounds like when you fill like a pot or a pan up with water and hit it, kind of thing going on there. Wow. Flanger. Okay, I'm gonna roll this back again real quick and re-record that. Mess around with some other effects. There's the flanger. Might be cool once again just to send like one drum through here. Okay, tremolo. Sounds pretty shitty. Kind of sounds like it's never mind. Vintage phaser. It's got like a wah-wah effect going on there. Alright, slap back. I'm not hearing much slapping of the back kind. Wow. Ping pong delay. I wonder if I can get this timing right on here to where it does something rhythmically cool. I'll mess with it for a second. That's kind of cool. That's not bad. Maybe do something with that. Do some Stuart Copeland stuff or something. Okay, I'm done messing with this. Let's do some reverb. Turn that crap off. Here's some reverb stuff. It's the classic hall reverb. Cathedral. I have the decay and pre-delay just set to like in the middle. I like this color filter thing. It kind of brings out the high stuff, like the hi-hats and stuff a little bit more. This kind of gets rid of them if you turn it to dark or minimum or whatever. Vocal reverb. Live vocal. Here we go. I'm just going to leave this stuff in the middle and see what all these sound like. Brings out the hi-hats a little bit more, the color thing there. Kind of interesting. This is acoustic hall, or whatever. Yeah, hall, acoustic hall. Like Hall & Oates. No, I'm just joking. Drum ambience. Drum room. I don't know what kind of drum room you got, but my drum room doesn't sound like that. That's pretty crazy. Ambience. And I'm going to stop this again, roll it back. Here we go. One more time. Living room. Near field. Dampened room. That sounds kind of like a, I don't know. It's like it sounds like it's backwards or something. Silver plate. Gold plate. Spring. Oh, that's nice. Do some cool reggae stuff with that. Live stage. So I guess if I had to use this for like a drum mix, I would do something like this maybe. Go to ambience. And maybe turn the wet signal down a little bit just to get a little bit of that reverb in there. Kind of adds a cool room sound to it. It's not a noisy reverb, so that's kind of cool. Let's go this weird near field, this backwards sounding thing, or dampened room. Back the wet signal off a little bit more of the dry. You can mix that in there a little bit. Bring the hi-hats out a little bit with the color. Interesting stuff. Yeah, buddy.